Hey guys, it's Russ and Shar, or Shar. I always say Russ and Shar because that's what it says on my screen. It's Shar, and I am coming to you this afternoon on Monday, June 11th, and I am trying something new. I'm going to make a bunch of little small video snippets for our team, and they're going to be posted on my new website. So I'm going to start doing our learn and shares this way and develop a catalog of oil uses and information for us to use. So the oil that we're going to cover today is Neroli. That's one of my favorites. And I'm inspired to do this today with Neroli because my mom was just here and we were both talking about how much we love Neroli. And so I'm going to give you just a few little tidbits of information, some research that I did today, and on the properties of Neroli. Okay, Neroli comes from the orange blossom. Just know that the properties of Neroli are that there are lots of antis. So if you think of all the antis, Neroli has all of them. The historical uses of Neroli are that it was used by the Egyptians in Egyptian times, and it was known for healing the mind, body, and spirit, which is really cool. It brings everything into the focus of one and being in the moment at present. I think that that's a really good thing. That's one of the things that I've been working really hard on is trying to live in the moment. So I think that makes total sense with my love of Neroli Essential Oil. So when you use Neroli aromatically, it's either topical or aromatic, okay? So it's not an internal oil. It comes from the blossom and it's intended for aromatic use. And that is probably the way I use it mostly, but I use it topically to get the aromatic benefit. So I'm topical and that gives me the aromatic benefits. And here's why. Excuse me. And when you use Neroli essential oil aromatically, it is very soothing psychologically. It calms and relaxes the spirit. It relieves hopelessness. It provides encouragement. It instills confidence, courage, joy, peace, and sensuality. And I'll talk a little bit about that here in just a minute. You might call it a nightstand oil, okay? I'm going to blush. I use Neroli every night in my skincare routine. So when I'm in there washing my face after I use my toner, Neroli is the first thing that I use on my face. And it has amazing benefits for our skin, and I'll talk about that in a second. But it's also very, very calming and soothing. And so I think that it has contributed to my sleep benefits since last September when it came out. That was when I started doing that, and I breathe in all of that beautiful, calm serenity of it, and it helps me stay asleep and go to sleep and sleep really well. So I love Neroli. I really, really do. Which systems does Neroli support? It supports our digestive system. Interesting, right? It's topical. It supports our digestive skin, our digestive system, our skin, and our emotions. Okay, so those are the three things that you could use it for. And interestingly enough, I suffer with digestive issues. I want my skin to maintain its suppleness and resiliency and smoothness for a long time. And so I use it for that. And then, of course, emotions. You guys all know that I love the oils for emotions, and so I use it for that. In support of the skin, this is what it does, all right? It works at the cellular level to help shed old skin cells and stimulate new growth. So anybody who has any sort of a skin issue, anywhere from any of the skin challenges where you have flaking, dry skin, any skin issues, Neroli is going to be amazing for. And so you're just going to roll it right on topically. And my mom was telling me a story about somebody that she had shared with Neroli for that had a skin problem that was burning and itching, little patch on the back of her knee. And she used Neroli, and within 2 days, it was completely gone. And she had been battling this for quite a while, so much so that her husband thought she needed to go to the doctor for it because it was really burny, itchy, flaky, dry, and she used Neroli for 2 days and it was completely gone. So that is how Neroli helps our skin. So I'm thinking, if it's great for skin, then why not use it on my face? And I know that I'm not the only person that does this. For the first time ever, I heard another diamond in our Diamonds Facebook group say that she also has been using it on her skin and seeing amazing results. I am seeing amazing results with my skin using Neroli every night before I go to bed. So those are the practical, topical, and aromatic uses. Let's talk about the emotions. This is my favorite part, okay? So Neroli oil is known as the oil of shared purpose and partnership. Okay, so think about long-term relationships when you're thinking of partnership. It could be husband and wife. It could be partners in business. It could be life partners. It could be business partners, right? It could be parental and child. It could be sister and mother. It could be daughter and mother. I mean, there's so many long-term relationships that are impacted every single day by our emotions. And so this essential oil is amazing. All right, so here's what it does. It is unifying and stabilizing. Okay, so think about those two words, unifying and stabilizing. It calms troubled hearts in conflict. So if your heart is troubled, and remember, our hearts send more neural pathways to our brain than the brain does to the heart. So a lot of what goes on in our heart, that trouble, that turmoil, the inner conflict, it ends up sending those emotions via neural pathways to our brain, and then our brain overreacts. And we get into a mode of depression and all sorts of other emotional things that come from that. It promotes harmony in long-term relationships by requiring ongoing acceptance and growth. And a lot of times what happens in long-term relationships is we get stagnated. We stagnate. We become less empathic. We become more embroiled in turmoil and conflict in these long-term relationships, and then the relationship becomes stressed and strained. It helps individuals over time who may have grown apart, and when that happens, weakness appears, and we can become bitter, angry, frustrated, and lacking sympathy, and those thoughts then turn into destructive patterns, behaviors, and destructive thoughts in that relationship. So you know where I'm going with this, right? Like, think about a long-term relationship, maybe a marriage. That is something that is a long-term relationship. So Neroli is going to help soothe all of those feelings that are happening in that relationship period. Neroli invites us to hold fast to fidelity, empathy, patience, forgiveness, and kindness. And all of those things are very important in a long-term relationship. It aids sexual intimacy. And what I mean by that is it helps with the connection of sexual intimacy, and it helps that intimacy grow deeper and stronger in that sexual relationship with your long-term partner. It also reminds us to nurture our sexual intimacy and unity in that long-term relationship. So it invites us into the idea of nurturing that sexual intimacy and the relationship. So Neroli is a very, very beautiful essential oil. The very last thing that I want to share with you are the emotional words around Neroli. Okay, so I gotta get my book out here so that I can look at the words. The negative emotions that Neroli addresses are conflicted, restless, impatient, bitter, frustrated, unsympathetic, disloyal, dispassionate, sexual inhibition, aloof, unkind, stagnant, blaming, and escapism. Those are the negative emotions that are addressed by using Neroli Essential Oil. The positive properties are patience, empathic, kind, tolerant, fidelity, calm, intimate, sexual desire, resilience, cooperative, and committed. Isn't that amazing? One essential oil, just using that one essential oil can help with all of those emotions, the negative ones, and it helps instill the positive ones. So I really want to encourage you to look at using Neroli Essential Oil. It comes in a touch, and I believe it's 47 PV wholesale, and it is an amazing essential oil and very, very beneficial for digestive, skin, and emotional support in our intimate relationships. All right, hope this helps. Love ya. Bye.